All right, welcome back to another business lesson with Christian, and this is Pride Roofing and Construction coming to you with our 26th episode. We're gonna do a spin-off of last week's The Power of No, and why saying no to certain things in your periphery that aren't necessarily on your mission, why that's important and why that can keep you moving forward. We're gonna talk about the things to say yes to in this video. I mentioned a phrase in the last video where I stated, better is boring, but better is better than new. And what does that even mean, right? That's kind of like, it's kind of confusing. When you're in business, you generally have one product or a series of products that all kind of work synergistically together. And that's your niche. That's the thing that you do, right? A lot of times entrepreneurs and just businesses in general, sometimes they're like, we need to shake it up, or we need to provide something to support the seasonality of this business, or we need to do something that diversifies our business. And ultimately, what they're trying to do is make up for the revenue dips and trying to keep a constant trajectory upward, or not see these ebb and flow like waves to their sales and their revenue. And ultimately what it does is completely diminishes their ability to sell their product because they stop evolving that product. When I say that better is boring, but better is better than new, what I'm saying is if you have your niche, you have the thing that you're focused on right now, why wouldn't you do the due diligence and invest the time that's necessary to absolutely perfect that piece? If you do one thing very well and continue to evolve that one thing for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, it would be impossible for you to not be top 10 in producing that particular good, that particular service, whatever it is. It would be impossible for you to spend that much time mastering that craft and not be great at it. And honestly, you wouldn't make it that long if you weren't great at it and you couldn't figure out to evolve things. So, this does take a little bit of creative energy and making sure that you're thinking about your business as you're operating your business. But the things to say yes to are making every piece of your puzzle that is the business that you have better in every way, shape, and form that you can. So we're a really sales intensive company. We have, just like every other business, you've got your sales and revenue leg, you've got your operations leg, and you've got your finance leg. I want to talk a little bit about the sales leg and how can you make your sales better? How can you make your niche, or whatever it is, how can you make it better? And what are the intricacies to that? So let's talk about the service. So we're a roofing and construction company. What are the things that we could do in roofing and construction to make our sales better? What we've already done is we've diversified our knowledge in the industry. We have found and tested as many products as we can to come up with a confident result of what we're gonna apply to your house. We're always gonna build with quality and care and craftsmanship because we want it to, just like I said in one of our old videos, we wanna serve you the same way we would serve our mother. We wanna build your roof like we would build our mother's roofs because we love our mother. And it's important for us to give them something that's watertight. So we've spent time, experimenting with the different materials and the things that we can provide, and we know what we can provide. And not only do we know what we should provide, we've spent time negotiating our rates with all of our suppliers, having competitive arguments and bringing information back and going to the table with these guys to boil down the cost of things so that we can get a lot of our products at wholesale. A lot of our competitors, you tell them you want this and they'll just give you this. I'm going to encourage you to put a better product on. And part of my sale and why I'm making that leg of my business better as I'm saying it is I'm giving you something that I trust. I believe wholeheartedly in this. And when my trust is exchanged with you, my sale becomes better. I become an equalized business stature person. I am the expert here. And you trust what I have to say because I've tested this, you haven't. I know how it's gonna go, you don't, and you're trusting me in this exchange. My sales are gonna be better because I'm more qualified and I understand. That's just one very simple thing, but I went into some material and things like that. Every piece of the business can be done exactly the same way. You don't have to, turn your roofing company into a roofing and then an interior restoration company. It doesn't have to be a roofing company and in the winter's snowplow company, right? You don't have to diversify and go new. What you need to say yes to is being better every single day at the craft that's in front of you. Here's a great example. We're gonna give a shout out to Chick-Fil-A, right? Chick-fil-A, everybody knows Chick-fil-A, everybody loves Chick-fil-A. Well, why does everybody know and love Chick-fil-A? And why do business owners and entrepreneurs and anybody who understands just the way a business really works knows that they are just absolutely at the top of their game? Let's give some examples as why we think that, and then I'm going to explain why they're the masters at saying yes to making things better day by day, right? Chick-fil-A shuts down 52 times a year. Right? That's 52 times more than any of their direct competitors. Yet Chick-fil-A has 3 times on average the revenue of any of their direct competitors. Right? You have a street in a cross section. You got, Taco Bell over here, you got Burger King over here, McDonald's over here, and Chick-fil-A on this corner. Those 4 units are going to be in everybody wants to go get their quick fix for whatever meal that it is. They're going to be chose 3 times more than the other 3 people in that proximity on average all the way across the nation because they have mastered their craft. Chick-fil-A only offers 8 options. 8 options. I just saw a commercial the other day that said there's 221 variations to the Whopper that you can choose. There's so many options, right? Why would you want to give 228 options to your client that are all half-assed and very cut rate or just not well thought out when you could buy an 80-year perfected chicken sandwich, right? These things, they're testing products, they're putting new products in the market. You go over here, you know exactly what you're gonna get. You can apply this to another, you guys have all gone out to eat before. You go to a restaurant, they come out with a book and they set it on the table and you're like, what is this? It's 15 pages long. And they're like, that's my menu, right? Not only is it gonna be hard for you to choose what you wanna have, but how are the chefs in the back gonna be able to master building 15 pages worth of, ingredients and appetizers and entrees? They're not. The answer is they're not. They're gonna be 15 pages of half-assed and not as good quality pieces as the guy next door who offers you 2 options and they've been spending 20 years mastering those 2 options. These guys are going to get the reviews. These guys are going to get the repeat customers. These guys are the ones that are going to accelerate because they spend time mastering their craft, right? So when I say, saying no to certain opportunities is a good thing, I'm not saying test your boundaries. I'm not saying, don't think small, don't think big. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm saying stick to the script. If you've chosen to go into business for this one reason and you create this service, you create this good, whatever it is, master it. Spend your time in it, evolve that, and let its boundary say what it needs to for itself. Right? Going back to Chick-fil-A, they shut down 52 times more than any other competitor, yet they produce 3 times more revenue. We should all be investigating that. Every person who's ever in business should be investigating that. And it boils down to this concept. For 80 years now, they have been mastering those 8 different items. They have not changed their menu. And in the midst of mastering this chicken sandwich or these chicken nuggets or whatever it is, in mastering these things, they've also had the time to master the operational protocol that makes them who they are today. They've had time to spend, investigating and testing and trialing things in customer service. That's another area of the business that a lot of people always forget about, right? You've got a product, you have a solution, but you always need service intention as you do it. Otherwise, these clients, things can go awry, right? You know what you're getting there. You know how you're going to be treated there. You know that you're going to be treated with respect. It's going to be quick. It's going to be efficient, right? They have done it right, and they are somebody who you should model after. So saying yes in business can be boiled down to this one idea. Make what you have better continually, evolve that one thing and make it the best that it can be. Be the master in that class. Be the one that everybody aspires to be, and don't get distracted by all the rest. So I already boiled it all down. To summarize, better is boring, but better is better than new if you want to be good at what you do. Master it. Spend your 10,000 hours. Read those books. Understand this concept. You will become the master of what it is that you're doing if you spend time focusing on it. Right? Again, this is Pride Roofing and Construction with Business Concepts. I am Christian Griffith. If you have any comments, concerns, suggestions, ways that you'd like to take these videos or things you'd like to learn, I'd love to learn with you. I'd love to bring it to the table. Please like and subscribe, engage in the content. We'll be here next week. Catch you on the flip side.